Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Thursday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go across to our friends over in the US and, of course, and speak with the Incarnate women's basketball team. And, of course, their season getting underway this week. And, of course, we've got three very special guests joining us right now to tell us a bit about how it's been like in the preparations towards the season. Thanks, all three, for joining us.
Hi, no worries. Thanks for having us.
No worries. Well, I'll get all three to introduce yourselves and tell us what position we hopefully get to see all three on the court when the season gets underway.
Hi, I'm Chloe Storer. I'm from Wangaratta in Australia, and I'm the centre forward position. That's what I play.
Okay, my name is Destiny Terrell. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm like a 3-4 small forward type.
Hi, I'm Brenna Perez. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I mostly just play the same position as Chloe, forward center.
How's the preparations been like for the upcoming season?
Well, it's been quite interesting. We've been trying to get in shape and just trying to prepare for our scrimmages, let alone our games coming up. So we're just trying to make sure we're all on the same page and make sure we have that cohesion together so we can continue the season.
Any expectations on this team going into this season?
We basically have the same team as last year. We've got 2 new girls this year. So it's going to be interesting because a lot of the teams in our conferences have changed. A lot of them left last year. So it'll be interesting to see. We were predicted to come third in the conference. So we're feeling pretty positive about it, but it's definitely not set in stone. We really are expecting anything. But yeah, we've basically got the same team. So we're very comfortable playing with each other so far. So yeah, it's looking like it'll be interesting and a good season.
My question I want to ask is, how good is it to finally get back on the court and especially playing in front of fans this year?
It's definitely a really good feeling to be on the court. I mean, last year for us three, it was our freshman year, so it was already crazy, going in as a freshman. But it was even crazier with COVID around, and we didn't get to play as many games as we wanted. But this year, we're definitely excited, to have more people. It'll definitely not be as COVID worrying as it was last year.
Let's talk a bit about your coaching staff and tell us how special your coach has been.
We have a special set of coaches here. I think for me, the reason I came to Incarnate was one because of the coaching staff. Coach Dow made it seem very at home. He was very, in our words, we would call it, he's very blunt, but I like that he's honest with me and my teammates about things. He's not gonna sugarcoat it. And I trust Coach Dow. I trust that he knows what he's doing, and I actually believe. So I would never rebel against his coaching or our coaching staff because I trust him and our ability to play.
Yeah, he definitely knows what he's talking about. You can tell, and I personally really like how he's very structured with everything he does. Everything we do in practice is for a reason, and also, the assistant coaches, they were also so welcoming, especially for me, coming from Australia, and they each contribute in their own special way, I guess you'd say. I love our coaching staff. It's been really good.
Yeah, with the recruiting process, they were definitely on it. They definitely wanted to make sure you felt welcome and that they actually cared for you, which was nice.
Talk a bit about what are both of you hoping to get out of the season now being in your sophomore year?
I don't have expectations, but I feel like we should go pretty deep. I feel like, one, my goal is to win conference, and then my next goal is to win the conference tournament. And whatever happens past then, we will look forward. But those are 2 of my goals this year. I believe that we can do it. I believe if we get on the same page, then we can do anything. I feel like we do have a young team, but I feel like we have a lot of great players, even though we are young. And we did bring in 2 new people that can possibly help us. So that will help us. So I feel like that we have a pretty good chance this year to go pretty far, and that is my goal, not so much an expectation, but I know how we can play. So I hope we play up to our expectations or my expectations of the team, but that is a goal of mine to win conference and hopefully the conference tournament.
Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, as Destiny said, we have a really good chance, especially since we were such a young team last year. But adding Jamie Means and Ariel Williams, who are both like grad transfers from other schools, like they're kind of adding the experience that maybe we were lacking. Personally, for me, I only got here halfway through the season last year, so I feel like I have a lot to learn still, and I am looking forward to getting on the court a bit more, perhaps. But yeah, obviously, I'm still learning how the game is a bit different to back home, so and getting used to the Div 1 standard. But yeah, I'm really excited because I think we do have a really good opportunity to just go and get it this year. So yeah, as Destiny said, main goal is to win conference as well for me.
Yeah, and although we're a young team, it's really evident, you know, with our practices, we're amping up more. Like, it's evident to see that we all have a lot of heart. So I definitely just want us all to, you know, come together, like Destiny said, and just, you know, obviously we all love to win, so that's what we want to do.
Now let's talk a bit about all three of your basketball journeys. Where did it all start and why did you choose it?
Well, basketball started for me at a very young age. Most people have like the YMCA. The YMCA where I'm from is like a church. And so that's where I first started playing. And I think that's really when I fell in love with basketball. As I grew up, I took a year or two off from basketball and I realized how much I missed the game. So then that's when I got back on it and I focused on basketball as my only sport. Throughout high school, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. My goal was to play Division I basketball, and I have met my goal, although I have other goals that I want to accomplish within playing Division I basketball, but that was definitely my goal in high school. Like I said, like I chose Incarnate because of the family oriented, like it's not too far away from home, but it's a far enough distance away from home. But it felt like home, and it does feel like home. I'm here more often than I am at home, so I had to feel that way. I had to be comfortable here, and I am.
For me, my family has my mom and dad played and coached basketball, and both of my older siblings play basketball. So I was kind of forced into it as a child, but I definitely loved it as soon as I started playing. And I probably started around like the age of 8, and obviously the Australian system is a lot different to the American system with a lot less of an emphasis on like school sports. So I kind of made my way through all of the different club like systems, starting with representing my town, and then I went through played for my region, and then went through all of the state systems and played down in Melbourne as well. So I've definitely played at a lot of different clubs, and they've really helped me along my way. My sister, she went to college before me, so she definitely inspired me to pursue college basketball. And also a lot of my teammates around me, like it became a lot more common to pursue American college basketball. And it's just such a good opportunity to do everything that I wanted to do in life, like travel, meet new people, but get to play basketball and get an education at the same time. So and especially after my sister went over, she loved it. So I just decided, like, why not pursue something like this? So I'm so happy with how it's turned out so far. And I'm loving it here. So it's been a really good opportunity for me.
I don't know. I was kind of like that kid who just played a bunch of different sports. When I was younger, like I was just like Destiny. I was playing for like church basketball, and I don't know. For a while, I didn't really like it that much, and I was like a softball player for the longest time. And it wasn't until about like my freshman year that I was like, I love basketball more, and I started putting in a lot of work and effort into that. And I finally joined AAU team called SA Finest, and SA Finest is where I definitely grew as a player, and I definitely got to watch great people be successful with basketball, and I really fell in love with the game. Like people like Melissa Smith, she went to Baylor. Kiana Williams, she was at Stanford. They were all from these programs that I got to, admire and learn the game from, and that's something that I really appreciate. And it led me to be here, and I'm grateful that I was able to realize like what my passion was, and that I want to be here.
What will be some highlights throughout all through your basketball journey so far?
Well, we'll start high school. So high school, I got to play 1 year with my sister, and my sister plays Division I basketball. She played at University of North Texas, and she's now at University of New Mexico State. So my freshman year, I got to play with my sister, which was something, but it was good for the most part. I really enjoyed playing with my sister. I wish I got to play more, and that was fun. And then I went on and I transferred schools. And I had fun in high school, but for college, for me, last year it was interesting because we were young, but us being young, we still had to play a lot. COVID affected us badly, but I feel like we overcame COVID. Like it was something, but I think we overcame COVID as a team, but just seeing how much we accomplished within COVID, not having practices, not having weights, not having as many games as we supposed to, and everything that we accomplished without having those things, I feel like this year, with having those things, we're on to do better things now.
Okay, for me, I would say a couple of highlights from my basketball career. I really enjoyed getting the opportunity to play in New Zealand when I was around 15 with the Australian Country Junior Basketball Cup team. That was really enjoyable, and I learned a lot there. And for me also, in 2019, when I got to play for Lauren Jackson for the Bandits, that was such an amazing opportunity. I was so lucky to be able to be coached by such a legend. And that whole experience really helped me with my basketball because obviously NBL 1 was it was pretty fresh. I think that was the first year that we played in it. So I learned a lot from players like Emma Mahadi and Emily Harmon, who are still going really well in that league. So that was a highlight, and also obviously coming here is a massive highlight of my life. So getting the chance to be able to come here when Australia was so strict with their lockdowns and everything, and I feel so lucky to be able to be here, and especially just seeing all my friends back home. They're just itching to be able to get out and like play basketball and do just normal things. So like being able to be here and get this college experience is that's a massive highlight in itself. So yeah, it's been good.
I guess I'll start at high school too. I mean, it's definitely a highlight for me is definitely the relationships that you build through everything. Like for high school, it was a brand new high school that I went to, and we ended up going to state twice, which is like a pretty big deal in like Texas, I feel like. We built relationships. I still talk to my high school coach to this day. She's like a mother to me. I still have strong relationships with my high school teammates, and I'm proud to see how far that they've come so far with their college careers. And now that we're here, I feel like since we're freshmen, a lot of people have this underdog attitude towards us. Like they're young, like they still have inexperience, which I like because I feel like that shows that we have a lot of potential and that we have the opportunity to show people like we're not little dogs, we're big dogs.
Sure.
And I'm just definitely a highlight so far is just being able to get close with these girls and just be able to get close to people who I can call my family.
Three, you mentioned right at the start what position you'll play on the court. If you had a preferred position where you like to convince your coaches to put you, where would that be?
For me, I'm 5'9". I'm a smooth 145 pounds, and nobody in the my mind would think to put me as a post. But throughout most of my career, I have played the four. I really enjoy playing the four. like Brenna said about being an underdog, I feel like I'm definitely an undersized small forward or forward anyway. But I like that because I like the challenge and the test that brings. Like, you may think I can't, but I know I can. So I definitely enjoy playing the 4. I am supposed to be more of a 3 type, but I definitely enjoy playing a 4.
For me, I've always been tall. So I've played the 5 most of my life, but I'm obviously not, huge. So I do enjoy, like, sometimes getting out on the perimeter and playing like the 4. It's something that I've had to get used to over the last few years, because I was always just so much taller than everyone that they just chucked me in the 5 position and just left me there. So it's definitely, sometimes I do feel a little uncomfortable on the outside, like on the perimeters, but I'm getting used to it. And ideally, like, I would love to be able to shoot. I can't shoot. I would love to be able to shoot threes, but yeah, it's not gonna happen. But
Chloe got y'all too. Chloe a shooter. She's a shooter.
No. In an ideal world, I'd love to be like a 3-point shooter, but I'm fine with being a 5 or 4.
Yeah, same with Chloe. I've just been tall, so
Yeah.
most part I've been putting the 5, but I do like playing outside. I like playing the 4 too. It would be interesting if I did play the 3 one day. That would be cool, but like Chloe said, I need to work on my 3s a little bit. But other than that, yeah, like a 4 or 5. And I'm cool there.
What does the sport of basketball mean to all 3 of you, especially being their Incarnate word?
Basketball means a lot for me. Basketball is my life. Like, I don't know what I would be doing if it wasn't for basketball. Basketball got me to college. Not gonna say I wouldn't be in college without basketball, but that is a big reason of how I made it through. I'm very passionate about basketball, which comes out all the time. Might not be the best response, but I'm very passionate about this sport. I'm one, I don't want the ball to stop bouncing. If I can continue to play basketball after college, I am okay with that. If it does stop, then I have plan Bs and plan Cs, but basketball is very important in my life. I grew up in an athletic family. Like, my mom played basketball, my dad played football, all my siblings played basketball. So it was a must, but it's not like I was forced to. I really love the game.
Yeah, I think basketball kind of like shaped who I am. I feel like these guys would agree. Like, everything has kind of been like centered around basketball for most of our lives. So it helps with like confidence, with making friends. Like, as a kid, I don't think I would have like spoken if I didn't have to, like, at basketball, and like it really helped me to like come out of my shell. And I really enjoy playing with my teammates and like just creating such a good bond and knowing that we all have each other's backs. Like, that's one of my favorite parts about basketball. So yeah, it means a lot to me, and yeah, I would love to keep playing like back in Australia after college. So yeah, it's a huge part of my life.
Yeah, basketball, it's, there's a lot of things you can't rely on in the world, but I feel like basketball is definitely something you can rely on. You're in a bad mood. All right, you can go play some basketball. You want to make a friend? Okay, go outside and play basketball. I'm sure someone will come along. Like, there's so many life lessons that come with basketball, and I'm just really grateful for the game, and especially like for me, my family. I'm one of the first ones in my family to go to college, and that means a lot of something to me. Like, I wouldn't be here without basketball, so I take that to heart.
So all 3 are sophomores. So obviously last year all 3 were together as freshmen. I guess how special is that? And what have all 3 have learnt from each other?
So a majority of our team are sophomores this year. So we definitely all came in together and learnt a lot from each other. I've learnt a lot because being in a new country, I've learnt a lot from these girls. And I've really learnt how to have fun and also play basketball at the same time. Like, I find our practices really enjoyable because a lot of our teammates are so funny. And yeah, I've also just learnt how to play to everyone's strengths a little bit. Obviously, like every one of us is so different in the way that we play, and it's been really fun to learn like how to complement each like individual player. So that's what I think.
Yeah. For me, I've learned just to keep pushing, no matter what happens, keep pushing. I feel like last year, this year in life, I'll be faced with a lot of challenges. And I feel like last year we overcame a lot, like I said, but I feel like if I keep pushing, like at this point, like nothing else can stop us. Nothing else can get worse than last year. So I feel like as long as I keep pushing, I'll be fine. And I think that's one thing that I learned. From them, I learned all three of us play pretty hard. So I never have to worry about those two playing hard. I know they're gonna give it everything they have every time we get on the court, and I love that about them. Once we all get to that point, we're all gonna get on the same page, and I think we're gonna be unstoppable. Nobody is gonna be able to take it. Like she said, we had 8 freshmen last year, and now we have 8 sophomores. So we're young, but once we get there, nobody's gonna be able to beat us.
Yes.
Yeah, like Destiny said, like we already, last year we barely knew each other and we were going through some really rough times together. So I feel like with what happened last year, it brings us closer together this year. It's kind of like we already faced the worst, like nothing else bad is gonna happen. Like, or if it does, like we're gonna be able to handle it because we, we're here for each other. So I think it just helps shape us.
Yeah.
Who's the best singer, dancer, and the comedian?
Dancer is definitely right here. Right there.
Yeah.
Singer is definitely Chloe. Chloe can sing. I mean, sing.
Aww.
Chloe been holding out on me. Yeah,
Sing really well.
Yeah, I think there's a decent amount.
Brenna can dance too.
Brenna can dance. Yeah, secret. But you gotta give Chloe that. Chloe's also a pretty good dancer. You just gotta bring it down.
And the comedian, we've also got a lot of comedians.
We do.
Destiny's a cracker. She's funny.
Yeah.
I play too much sometimes.
Brenna's like quietly funny. Like
You wouldn't
You
expect
have to
it.
be listening to me to hear the funny stuff go out.
Usually it's in a whisper, but she gonna say it.
Yep. People just laugh at my accent. I don't even have to say anything.
Yeah, or we mock
mock
her. We mock her accent. But she mocks us back.
Yeah.
She mocks us Americans back. And I thought, okay. Star is also really
Star's
funny.
Yeah, I would say Star's like the funniest. She's
Yeah.
really funny. And yeah, but everyone is funny to me.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we all play too much sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
A perfect segue to my next 3 questions I'm going to ask. Chloe, have you convinced any of your teammates, including the 2 sitting either side of you, to come back with you to Australia, and especially to country Victoria?
Yes, I've tried to convince everyone that they have to come back, definitely, because I think they would love it. And I think, just the whole team should come back. I think we should do a trip to Australia.
I think that has to be in the works somewhere.
Yes.
If our coaching staff is watching, before we graduate, we should visit.
Yeah.
But I do want to visit. If I can on my own, hopefully within college basketball, I will visit. I want to visit.
Chloe, how's the Aussie accent going over there with your teammates?
Yeah, it's good. They love it. Sometimes I feel like on the court, no one can understand me. Like I just say words like help or like, and apparently I say oi all the time. My coaches say that I just go oi, but I don't know. But anyways, they find it really funny. A lot of them try to imitate it. Some of them are actually getting pretty good at it. But yeah, it's they definitely find it really funny.
If you answer my next one, Chloe, which is have you tried to convince your teammates that we have kangaroos as pets?
They don't need to be convinced. People just assume. I could say that we ride kangaroos before and they.
Yeah, I'll ask the two either side of you, Chloe. Do you think we've got kangaroos as pets?
Last year I did. This was actually sort of a discussion last year, in the beginning of the year. I don't know who asked it, but we were all together. And that became a discussion, and we never did finish it. Okay. Not even sometimes, like
No,
babies.
they don't. Oh, maybe, yeah, babies. The babies you can,
Oh.
the adult ones will like run away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
So, no.
oh, we thought that. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. When I first met Chloe, I think like when everyone was first meeting her, literally the first two questions were like, do you have pet koalas or do you see kangaroos every day? And like if she would have told me I ride kangaroos and I have a pet koala, I probably would have believed her.
Yeah.
Do either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
I have to use the restroom before all of our games. I'm sorry, that might sound awful, but I am never scared. But my nerves, I just have to. It just have to. But
Yeah.
I also have to get hyped before games.
Yeah, she gets hyped.
Sometimes I tend to get hyped before practices, which sometimes don't play out in my favor because I get in trouble once I get on the court. But I have to get really hyped before my game.
Yeah.
It's just high energy is my thing, and that's how I get going.
Yeah. I don't think I have any. Do you?
No, not that I know of. I mean, I just try to stick to like if we had a good game the last game,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do the same exact thing that I did.
Yeah.
You know?
Same.
Like if I wipe my shoe, like right before I get on the court, I'm gonna re-wipe my shoes again for the next game.
Yeah. And I feel like we listen to a lot of the same songs before games. A lot. Yeah. So, and they get us hyped. So, yeah.
The last question I'm going to ask, this one to Chloe. Now, I almost forgot to ask this question earlier. You might as well give your local basketball association back home a bit of a shout out.
Yeah. Okay. Wangaratta basketball. I love you guys. I appreciate everything that they did for me throughout my junior career. I know they've been struggling a lot throughout COVID, and there's a lot of kids that are itching to get back on the court. But yeah, I love my association, and I really wish the best for them, and I hope everything's going well back home. I know that, the kids are just really ready to go, and I know once everything gets back on the road, they'll be unstoppable. And also, it's great that we're getting our stadium back in Wangaratta. We're getting that renovated, and because that's been in the works for a really long time. So, good luck to everyone for the and especially the CBL season, which is coming up. I'll be definitely keeping up with that. And also to the Bandits who are moving to MBL one, I think they're going to the
New South Wales East.
Yeah, the East one. So that'll be really interesting to see. So thanks guys.
Well, all three, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us. It's awesome having all three on the show. We want to send our best wishes to all of you and your teammates, and hopefully later this year, hopefully I'll be able to come over to the US and head down to San Antonio to watch his play.
Yes, we look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No worries, and that's the Incarnate Word women's basketball team. Of course, we'll put up their upcoming schedule coming up in the coming days, so you can watch their games on the live stream. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the Thursday edition.